Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you all my Dream Mirror Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile for July 2019. Want to take a crack at the newest TCG exclusive deck for the Rising Rampage booster pack. It's a pretty awesome deck. I like the idea of it. It also, I think, focuses on the theme. I think kind of centering around maybe Alice in Wonderland with the whole kind of concept for the deck. I might be wrong for the actual point of the deck, but that's what I kind of reminds me of with the kind of Wonderland theme with the cards. But if you know the proper basis for the deck, you can always comment down below so I can check for sure. But really focuses on special summoning a bunch of different monsters using the Dream Mirror cards and the different field spells they have. But let's go ahead and I'll show you my crack at the deck and what I use. So for the monsters, I'm running 3 of the Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight. So we have 2 different versions of the level 8 monsters and 2 different versions of the level 1s. And they both share the same names except for the parts of the mirrors. So 3 Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, you can activate this effect. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. And during the main phase or battle phase, if Dream Mirror of Terror is in the field zone, quick effect, you contribute this card to special summon 1 Morpheus, the Dream Mirror Black Knight from your deck. You can use each effect of Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight once per turn. So it focuses on having the Black Mirror field spell, which we have 2 different field spells for the deck as well for your cards, and being able to summon out your basically the Black Knight monster, which is the level 8 counterpart to this Morpheus for the White Knight. So I like to run 3 of each. It's more of the defensive card, being the 2800 defense, 1000 attack, while the other Morpheus, the Dream Mirror Black Knight, which I'm also running 3 of, is your more offensive card. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it, and during the main phase or battle phase, if Dream Mirror of Joy is in the field zone, quick effect, you contribute this card to special summon 1 Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight from your deck. You can use each effect of Morpheus, the Dream Mirror Black Knight once per turn. But like I said, this is the 2800 attack point monster with 1000 defense. Also just having the option for that, and I like how it also kind of works with the opposite mirrors as well. So you know what ones you have to have set up on the field, and the different mirror field spells also let it so you can special summon different ones and have different mirrors on the field as well, depending on the type of Morpheus you have out on the field also with your cards. And also, there are also 2 different versions of the level 1s, which are Ikelos, the Dream Mirror Mara. I'm running 3 of the dark version. With this one, if this card is special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, you can special summon 1 Dream Mirror monster from your hand, except for Ikelos, the Dream Mirror Mara. And during the main or battle phase, if Dream Mirror of Joy is in the field zone, quick effect, you contribute this card to special summon 1 Ikelos, the Dream Mirror Sprite from your deck. You can only use each effect of Ikelos, the Dream Mirror Mara, once per turn. So Ikelos, the Dream Mirror Sprite, is the level 1 light version of this card, just like how your Morpheuses mirror each other. With the light and dark, Ikelos does the same with its level 1 counterpart. And the level 1 counterpart also gives you just options for searching out the field spell and the additional power with the other ones you can use to swarm out to the field. Now, sadly, I haven't pulled any of the Ikelos Dream Mirror Sprite yet, so just as a fill-in for now, I run the 3 Effect Veiler. It's a level 1 light monster, so I would say just the easiest basis to show with this card, Mara, for the Ikelos. But if you have Ikelos, the Dream Mirror Sprite, I would put them in for the place of Effect Veiler. Like I said, just have this card filling in for that spot since I didn't pull any of it. I didn't actually know it was an ultra rare at the time, but obviously each one of the cards has the different counterpart, so this would be your card to take out for the light version of Ikelos instead. But sticking to actual hand traps that I am running in the deck, I decided to stick with the 3 Ash Blossom just for the options of stopping your opponent's searches. The deck mostly as of now just goes off of special summoning and going back and forth between the different mirror monsters in the deck for the Dream Mirrors. So just having a little more of a generic basis for the deck definitely does come in handy. And since half of the Dream Mirrors are light, I'm testing out just 3 Honest as well for like a hand trap option. When you have some of the more defensive cards on the field to use, Honest definitely does come in handy just for a little extra protection with those cards. Was trying to see what else I could use, but most of them need to be obviously special summoned off of the Dream Mirrors. So using their own effects and then just having a couple other cards as added backup, I find to be the best way to go about it for now. And that is it for the monsters. We'll now move on to the spells. I want to go full force for all the field spells so you can run a good amount of them and have a better chance of opening them up. So I run 3 Dream Mirror of Joy. During the end phase, you can banish this card to activate 1 Dream Mirror of Terror directly from your hand or deck. You can only use this effect of Dream Mirror of Joy once per turn. And Dream Mirror monsters you control cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects or their monster attacks except your Dream Mirror monsters with the highest level. And this effect only applies when you control a light Dream Mirror monster. So you have to have that setup of one of each of your Dream Mirror monsters on the field to make use of the mirrors. But being able to go back and forth between the different mirrors and your cards is also a big help for those cards. And also being able to search out your Dream Mirror Terror, which I also want to run 3 of. Sadly, only have the 2, but just substituting in the Upstart Goblin until you get the 3rd one in. With this field spell, during the end phase, you can banish this card to activate 1 Dream Mirror of Joy directly from your hand or deck, sharing the same effect as Joy for Terror. And you can only use this effect of Dream Mirror Terror once per turn. And each time your opponent special summons a monster, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. This effect is only applied when you control a dark Dream Mirror monster, but sort of the more offensive card being able to burn away at your opponent's life points every time they special summon a monster, and the easy requirement of having one of the Dream Mirror monsters on the field can easily be obtained with this card on the field as well. But like I said, I wanted to go back and forth as many times as I could with both of the Dream Mirror cards on the field. So running 3 ofs for both of these options definitely does come in handy when you want to get out your other cards and work with some of the lower level cards, including Ikelos, just so you can have those special summon options and have them be protected by your higher level Dream Mirror monsters on the field. And then just for a little added support, since the field spells are a big part of the deck, I am running 3 Demise of the Land. It is a quick play spell. Activate only when your opponent special summons a monster. Select 1 field spell card from your deck and activate it. So it just gives you easy access, since a lot of decks go up against decks that special summon. So having Demise of the Land to grab your field spell definitely does come in handy. And if you set up your monsters on the field beforehand, like Ikelos, you can easily then summon out your cards onto the field beforehand, then have the field spell, and then go from there after you activate it against your opponent. And at 1 on the ban list is the Terraforming, which I am running 1 of. Just additional search along with Demise of the Land for easy grab of whichever of the field spell you need. The same goes for Demise of the Land, be activating whichever one you want. Also, 1 for 1. Most of the, even if you get the Dream Mirror Mara, but most of the time I try and go for the Dream Mirror Sprite for that option with those cards. But you have both options for the search available to you with 1 for 1. And for a little more added protection, I run 3 Call by the Grave. This is just an easy protection against hand traps, especially when you try and get off your different special summons for your monsters, because Effect Veiler can definitely hurt a lot of your effects when you try and use them on the field. And that's it for the spells. Moving on to the traps, I'm running 3 Dream Mirror of Fantasy. If you control a Dream Mirror monster, target 1 of each of your banished Dream Mirror Joy and Dream Mirror Terror. Shuffle them into the deck. And if you do, banish 1 card on the field. If a Dream Mirror card you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only activate 1 Dream Mirror Fantasy per turn. So it just gives you options to recycle your Dream Mirrors after you banish them for their own search effects, and also taking care of a lot of, pesky cards your opponent may have on the field as well. I like to run the 3 just so you can keep the plays going as well and extend each one when you have the options and when you're also running low on your field spells. And I also run the 1 Metaverse, just like Terraforming. It's at 1 on the list now, but just an easy way to grab access to your different field spells in the deck to use. And lastly, just as a spot to fill in, I am running a small Solemn Brigade, still just the one Judgment. I don't really like to run too many, since most of the time dwindling down your life points is just an easy way for your opponent to take care of you on the field. So just 2 Solemn Strike, the 1 Solemn Warning, and the 1 Solemn Judgment definitely does help. Just a little more added backup for the Dream Mirror monsters on the field. And then for the extra deck, I am running 2 Link Karibo, since we have 2 different level 1 monsters in the deck. Link Karibo is a good and definite option for your extra deck plays. I'm also trying out one of the new Barricade Borg Blocker because of its different, you basically discard a card, and after you do that, during the end phase of this turn, you can add 1 continuous or field spell from your graveyard to your hand. So just more recycle option, especially if your opponent destroys your field spell and you need to add it back for a couple other plays. And then the rest of the extra deck is just generics, Underclock, Land Fornicus, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Cerberus, Security Dragon, Wee Witch's Apprentice, Topologic Trisbana, Triple Burst, and Borrowload. And I'm also running a few Exceed monsters for the same level monsters we have. So 1 Princess Sprite, 1 of the new King Gashi Fucho, and 1 Heretic Sun Dragon Overlord Heliopolis. So I have some rank 1 options and rank 8 options for the deck. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy the video. Until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.